The Ethereal Boundaries of Competition, Beyond Rivals, into the Ecosystem of Disruption, Substitutes, and Innovation. In the traditional understanding of competition, the focus is on direct rivals, the companies and entities that offer similar products or services and vie for the same market share. But this is a narrow view, one that overlooks the ethereal boundaries of competition. In reality, competition extends far beyond these immediate rivals, encompassing a vast ecosystem of substitutes, disruptors, and innovators. The most astute leaders recognize that the true competitive landscape is much larger, more fluid, and more interconnected than what meets the eye. The ethereal nature of competition implies something more subtle, more expansive than the obvious contest between companies in the same industry. It's a recognition that your competitors include not just the business down the street offering similar goods, but the startup in another country pioneering a technology that will redefine your entire industry. It includes societal shifts, cultural trends, and even the changing preferences of your customers. Understanding this deeper, more complex competitive environment requires a mindset shift, from seeing business as a zero-sum game to embracing it as a constantly evolving web of relationships and influences. To truly grasp the ethereal boundaries of competition, we must redefine what it means to compete. Harvard professor Michael Porter popularized the idea of the 5 forces that shape competitive strategy: rivalry among existing competitors, the threat of new entrants, the bargaining power of customers and suppliers, and the threat of substitutes. But in the modern business world, these forces blend and blur, creating an ecosystem where boundaries are no longer fixed. Consider Netflix. In its early years, Netflix's competitors were video rental stores like Blockbuster. But as the industry evolved, Netflix redefined its competition, not just in terms of direct video providers, but also against any platform that captured consumer attention. Today, Netflix competes with everything from social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, to video games, live sports, and even podcasts. The competition isn't just for video streaming, it's for time and attention. This reflects the broader truth that competition can come from any direction, sometimes from the least expected source. To succeed, leaders must understand that competition now extends into the ecosystem of substitutes. This includes any alternative that fulfills the same need or desire of the customer, even if it doesn't directly match your product. If you're in the food delivery business, your competition is not just other delivery platforms, it's home cooking trends, the resurgence of dining out, or even health and wellness apps that encourage consumers to prepare their own meals. The boundaries are ethereal because they shift and morph based on societal trends, consumer habits, and technological advancements. One of the most profound shifts in the competitive landscape has been the rise of disruptors. These are companies, often startups, that use innovative technologies or business models to upend established industries. Disruptors challenge the status quo not by competing directly but by offering entirely new ways of solving old problems. To ignore disruptors is to be caught off guard by their sudden rise in market penetration. Take the example of Airbnb. Traditional hotel chains might have initially seen their competitors as other hotel brands, but Airbnb, with its entirely new model of short-term rentals, disrupted the industry. Airbnb didn't compete with hotels in a head-to-head pricing battle. Instead, it introduced an alternative that redefined the very concept of hospitality. Now, hotel chains must adjust not only to compete on service and price but also to consider how they will differentiate from a platform that allows anyone to rent out their home. Airbnb's rise was not an attack on hotels, it was a redefinition of the industry itself. In the Global Innovation 1000 study by PwC, 84% of executives agreed that innovation is key to growth. Yet many companies are blindsided by disruptors because they fail to see innovation as a competitive force. They focus on their immediate rivals while ignoring the startups or innovators working on the edges, those testing radical new ideas. To thrive in this environment, businesses must cultivate a mindset of constant evolution, embracing innovation not just as a tool for growth but as a defense against disruption. In this expanded competitive landscape, innovation is not a luxury, it's a necessity. The boundaries of competition are constantly being redrawn by innovators who think differently, who ask, why not, instead of, why? In this context, the best strategy is not just to compete but to lead innovation within your own ecosystem. In his book Blue Ocean Strategy, W. Chan Kim argues that the key to success is not fighting your competitors in a bloody, red ocean, but creating a blue ocean of uncontested market space. Apple, under the leadership of Steve Jobs, mastered this. Rather than competing with other computer companies on price or specs, Apple introduced revolutionary products like the iPhone and iPad, which defined entirely new categories. They saw the broader landscape and realized that their competition wasn't just Dell or HP, it was the entire way people interacted with technology. This is where the ethereal boundaries come into play. You must see beyond direct competitors and into the realm of what could be. Who is developing technologies that might make your product obsolete? Which cultural trends are shifting consumer preferences in ways that could undermine your current business model? The leaders who thrive in this environment are those who can think expansively, embracing innovation as both a shield against competition and a spear that propels them into new opportunities. In a world where the boundaries of competition are fluid and ever-changing, one constant remains: integrity. It is the foundation upon which lasting success is built, even as competition becomes more complex. Integrity in business is not just about being ethical, it's about staying true to your core values while navigating an evolving market landscape. Without integrity, the vibrations of your business become chaotic, and in the long run, customers, partners, and even employees drift away to businesses that offer a stable and trustworthy foundation. According to Edelman's Trust Barometer, 81% of consumers say that they need to trust a brand in order to buy from it. This data highlights that in the chaotic, expanding world of competition, integrity is your most important asset. It grounds your business in authenticity, ensuring that while you innovate, you remain aligned with your values. Philosophically, integrity can be seen through the lens of Stoicism. The ancient Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that external events are outside our control, but we always have control over how we respond. In business, competition is unpredictable. New entrants, disruptors, and unforeseen forces will arise, but maintaining integrity ensures that your response is always rooted in strength and clarity. To navigate the ethereal boundaries of competition is to expand your vision. Competition is no longer a straightforward battle against direct rivals. It is a dynamic, ever-changing ecosystem that includes disruptors, substitutes, and the shifting sands of consumer behavior and cultural trends. The most successful leaders are those who recognize this complexity, who embrace innovation, and who cultivate a mindset that sees competition not as a battle to be won but as a constantly evolving field of opportunity. To thrive in this expanded landscape, you must think expansively, act with agility, and always return to your core values. By understanding that competition comes from all angles, sometimes from unexpected directions, you position yourself not just to survive but to lead. The competition may be ethereal, but with the right vision, integrity, and strategy, your business can become the lighthouse guiding others in the fog of change.